Jamie. I want to welcome you to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today is going to be the next part of my collection series going shelf by shelf. In this part, I'm going to be showing you all of my really big books. So, just to give you an idea, I was just seeing if I had a ruler. I don't think I have a ruler. Alright, let's just look here. So it's 8 inches by almost 12 are these ones. And then I have some that are bigger than this. Just give you an idea. First book I'm going to share with you is this one, which is Art of Coloring Disney Animals, 100 Images to Inspire. And this is the very first coloring book I ever got in my adult coloring journey. So it's been well loved. It's a hardback book, and it's made by Disney Editions. I have several of these art of coloring type of books. I have colored some stuff in here, and it started falling apart, so I've used some packing tape on the side. I think I'm gonna have to put it on the top and the bottom. Oh, I did it on the top, but I think I might have to do it on the bottom as well, because it's starting to come apart. First page that I've done is this one, which is the Dumbo and his mom page. This was back in the day when I saw like the Zentangly thing, and I thought I needed to color every little doodle that was inside these things. And so I colored this one, and for a long time it was a whip, and then I finally came back years later and colored this one. But since I had already done this one all doodly, I needed to kind of match it, so I did the best I could to match it. But yeah, you can see that these are all very busy type of pages. And here's another one that I've done, which is the Princess and the Frog page. And after I finished this, I went over it with a wax candle so that it wouldn't stick to anything. And I've used gel pens and fine liners and pencils. And I think this background was done with a black acrylic paint, if I remember right. There's Chicken Little. I mean, they're really fun images if you can look past these Zen doodly things going on. There's Simba. Done this one with Mowgli and Baloo. Again, very early on, needed to color every little doodle in there. And I did this with pencils, so it took me a little while, but like I said, this is early on. This was December 2018. Did this one, Bambi. I think this is the one that I did first out of all of them. And I struggled trying to do these blends because I didn't know much about blending pencils or anything like that at the time. But it still looks pretty cool. I've started this one, so I've Zen doodled Simba out. Now that I have acrylic paint pens, I could color Mufasa, just his colors, and just go over the Zen doodle. But since I've already done Simba like this, I kind of feel like I need to do Mufasa like this too. And maybe finish coloring like the leaves here, but then maybe do a black background and then do like create strips of a tribal design so that they really pop off the page with a black background. I've done this one right here, and I didn't color the background, but I could come in now with maybe some distress inks or something and make it look kind of vintage. And this is off of 101 Dalmatians. I've done this one, and this was Army color palette. Colored him with fine liners and gel pens. This is a color palette page. So what I do is I pick a puppy and I do different color palettes or different monogamous color palettes, I guess you could say, because these are all like greens and yellows. This is like pinks and purples. This is reds and blacks. I need to do a blue one. I could do a rainbow one, but this is like a perfect example to use a wallpaper page to do different color things, which is kind of cool, with just gel pens and fine liners. This one is a whip, and see how I started just coloring it straight, not doing the doodles, and then just shading in some areas. I need to finish this blanket and then the caterpillar and then these leaves, and then in the background I think maybe I'll just black out the background, then that could be the focus. Here's another one of those wallpaper pages where you could do each bird a different color, or you could even do like if you're swatching out new markers or pencils or something, you could use these birds as your swatching sheet. I have these two. So this one right here is the mice from Cinderella. I went ahead and colored these things. I haven't colored her or the birds, but I've colored those. And I probably would just distress the background. This one of Snow White was very early on. This was in January of 2019. There's a lot of gel pens, fine liners, and pencils on that one. Oh, this one I had started doing these leaves, and I lost mojo. I didn't even get that far, but that's okay. I've done this one with Merida. So this is one that I started to adapt the different coloring style, where I just used the Crayola Super Tips and colored it, like filled in the whole thing, and then just shaded on top of it. This is distress around the side, and I used pencils on her skin. I smudged a little bit of black there, and I tried to fix it the best I could, but yeah, that's how that turned out. But yeah, that's all I have done in the art of coloring Disney animals. So quite a few, and this book will probably always stay in my collection, and I have colored a little bit on the front. If you buy this book, it doesn't have color on the front. I added it. Just one day I wanted to color some of the stuff on the front. All right. I have this one, which is Art of Coloring Disney Villains, 100 Images to Inspire. This is hardback, just like the other ones, same size, made by the same publisher. And so this one's gonna have all villains. I haven't colored in this one because I got this one way later on. But I would like to, it would be fun to focus on some Disney villains for the month of October for Halloween, the spooky season. And it would be nice to come in here. Here's like one of those wallpaper ones where you could do every Cheshire Cat different color. And they did a revised version of this, and I have that one as well, and I already showed it on the channel. I think it's in the video with my nostalgic coloring books. I have this one that's called Disney Couples Art Therapy, 100 Colorage by Hatchet Heroes. And this one is hardbound just like the other two. And I haven't colored anything in here. But basically we've got images of like couples. Like there's Simba and Nala. Robin Hood and Maid Marian. Cars. When I color Disney, sometimes I have to watch the movie while I'm coloring it. Gets me in the mood for the show. Lots of fun ones in this one. And I think this one you can still get on Lyrica, maybe. And just to let you know, this is how you spell Lyrica. And just lyrica.com. Next one I have here is the Disney Princess Art of Coloring, 100 Images to Inspire Creativity and Relax. Again, hardcover. And this one I'm kind of turning into like an art journal type of coloring book, because there's lots of wallpaper in this. So I'll show you what I've done. Okay, so this is an example. And I think I did a video. I did some videos of creative coloring. It's on a playlist if you're wondering how I did this. But I colored this one just like I would color any other coloring book image of Ariel, you know, combing her hair with a fork. And then this one I turned into an art journal page, basically. So this mermaid right here is actually a sticker that is a wall sticker that you can find at the dollar store. And I thought that was really cool. And then I got a package of doilies, they're paper doilies, at the dollar store. And I distressed them, and I distressed the background and used these purples and greens. And I added that starfish to the hair there. So they kind of go together for the Little Mermaid theme. And you have pages like this that are way wallpapery, but to me this is a prime example of something you can collage into. If I have other Disney books that I have thought about destashing and things. If I want to take those characters and create a double page spread in something like this, I could, because this is my collage book. You'll see like this one would be a perfect one for me to do Mulan and do like a silhouette of Mulan or something to do with Mulan. Or maybe I have a famous quote that I like, so I would put it in right there. And here's another super wallpapery thing that I could do something with. So it does have lots of this in it, but that's why I've turned it into an art journal type of book. Because it has really nice paper and it takes a lot of media thrown at it. So even though it doesn't have lots of like main images, I could probably figure something out. Like here's Rapunzel. This one I could probably color just regular. And then this one I could do some kind of art journal thing too. And this is a double I could make into something cool. This one's really neat with Tiana. Do some different color washes, and I could do a really good quote on this side from Princess and the Frog. Here's another one that I did, and I did this one on the channel and part of my creative coloring book series. So this one I just distress inked because they already had the silhouette. I added the washi tape and this was really fast to color. And then this one, I made an art journal page, and I have a glittery golden or silver slipper or whatever you want to call it. I'll turn on the light so you can see the sparkle. But yeah, and then I added pumpkins because there's pumpkins in the story of Cinderella. And the background is done with different paints, tempera paint, acrylic paint, just what I had. And then I put this quote in that says, "A dream is a wish your heart makes," that I made myself on paper with stencils. So really easy, but I really like the idea of doing double page spreads like this in this book. Like there's one I could do for Jasmine. There's one I could do for Cinderella, or sorry, Snow White. There's a Rapunzel one. Yeah. So if you have a book that's like full of wallpaper, don't be afraid to experiment. That's what I've done here. Next book I have is called Home Sweet Home. And this one has 100 images in it. This is by Hatchet Heroes as well. And everything is going to have to do with being at home, basically. The different homes. That one's really cute. I haven't colored in this one. Maybe it's because it's double-sided and it kind of throws me off. But I really just need to get in and color. A lot of times I forget about my big books because they're tucked away because they don't fit on my shelf. But they are really fun. Ooh, look at that one. That's the Encanto house. That would take a long time. And all of this empty big space, I almost wonder if this paper would take Neocolor 2s or something, because that's a lot to cover. But if you could like do a base with watercolor, it would go by faster. So that's Home Sweet Home. I have this one that's called Nature, also 100 images, also by Hatchet Heroes. All of these ones are by Hatchet Heroes. So this one has things to do with being outside. There's a pumpkin one. That would be a fun one for fall. I'm actually thinking about doing a spinner and spinning a Disney character once a month, or maybe I'll pick 2 Disney characters. I don't know. I haven't decided. Just so that I get some more Disney coloring done, because I have plenty of Disney books that could use some love. So there's that one. I have this one that's called History's Eternals, and this one I think is newer, or maybe Nature's newer. One of these was relatively the newer one. And this one just has these kind of images in it. I just watched this last night, Onward. Just good brother relationship. I like that. There's Wally. Color that for Space Timber if I wanted. Again, there's some really large areas, and if the paper took watercolor really well, you could cover the areas pretty quickly and then go in with shading, but I don't know how it would take with the water or not. So that is this one, Histories. All right, I have one that's not a Disney one for those that don't care for Disney. This one is called Calming Therapy Anti-Stress Coloring Book. And it's Doodle Your Stress Away. Who makes this? I know it's a legit book. It's a hardcover. Let's see. This is published in the United States, 2015, by Running Press Book Publishers, by Michael O'Mara Books, designed by Jack Klukas. Okay. Well, I got this book so that I could do the same concept I was doing in the Disney Princess book, but with different kind of images, because I wanted to be able to have a book that was hardcover that could withstand media and just have fun in it for collaging, art journaling, whatever. These images already have color to them in some ways, and those that like to alter your coloring books probably are looking at this thinking, oh, I see this and I see that. Like this one, for example, you could use your washi tapes and fill in every single one of these butterflies with different washi tapes, or paper piecing. You could draw your own thing, do something like that. You can write out quotes. You could collage in your own stuff. You can experiment with different colors. This one's been printed in different colors. They've only colored 2 of the snails on that page. I think there was like a house one that I was really into, and I wanted to maybe do it. I don't know where it is. There's a camel. I can't find it. It's a Russian doll. But like, to me, when you have something like this and you can create your own work of art with it, it looks really cool. So that is why I have that in my collection. And I got it on a discounted price. Now, I do have some of these that are very rare. They're art therapy books by Hatchet Loisers or whatever. But these are hard to come by. If you have one of these and you're even a little interested, I would snag it, because I don't think they make these anymore. And it says Stabilo on the bottom here. This one's all about Japan, and it's double-sided, really good paper, a big book, and you've got images like this in it. So a lot of pattern things again, but it's really a neat book to have in your collection. You could turn this into a Japanese art journal if you wanted to. It's very cool. So there's this one. And then I have the art stained glass. This is part of that series as well. 100 designs. And this one has different stained glass designs in it. So if you want to practice stained glass. And some of this, I wonder if it's real artwork out there somewhere. I do enjoy stained glass. Those are pretty. These look like Tiffany windows. Oh, I bought this used, so this has been colored, but I could go over that. It's just in pencil. I have this one, which is the Art Therapy Aztecs and Mayans. And this one is really neat. I saw it on someone else's channel and saw what they did in it. It just looked really cool. And I was able to snag it on eBay or something for really cheap. Like these books, I did not pay full price for. I look for the discounted price. And since they're just like a rarity, like a collector's type of book, yeah, that's why I have them. Oh, that one's very geometrical. So, oh, see, I bought it used. They colored that little thing. But this is one of those things that you could color all different colors. Swatching out pencils or whatnot. And this one is very patterny, but it looks really cool, kind of sci-fi-y. That one's kind of cool. That one's very patterny. Oh, see, the person that had this before colored this. Guess they didn't like it. But I could go over that with acrylic paint pen. And they colored this too. But yeah, I was fortunate to get this one. And like I said, with the last ones that I've shown you, any of them could be turned into like an ultimate art journal. And these spines can stand it. And I think that the paper can stand mixed media. So it's kind of nice to be able to have some coloring books that you can just play in, you know, have fun with, not worry about details or having it perfect or anything like that. This is Les Grand's Classics Art Deco Tome 2. I don't know if you can get this one anymore. I think Tome 1 has Alice on the cover, if I remember. These are older. When was this published? 2016. Okay, so not as old as I thought, but still. And there's some ideas of some different books. This Frozen one right here, I didn't get it because it was like every single page was a wallpaper page, and I didn't want every page to be a wallpaper one. This Pixar one looks cool. I wouldn't mind having that Pixar one. I'll have to maybe look for that. Because it would be fun to have a book where I can do art journaling Pixar style. But anywho, sorry, that's my daughter. She's homesick today. We've got all these characters, very Zen doodly, but remember, you can color over the Zen doodles, and this has really nice paper in it. Cusco. Sword in the Stone. I love Sword in the Stone. Hercules. Timon and Pumbaa. Oh, that's cute. Look at that one with Nemo. This one would be a fun one to come in. And I like that they're not going into the ditch. So they've taken that into consideration when making this book. All right, so that's the Les Grand Classics Art Deco. That one is very unique. If you can find this one, and you like the images I showed you, I'd pick it up because I don't know how many copies of this are out there in the world. I don't think they make it anymore, so a lot of those art therapy, the hardbacks, they're hard to come by. All right, moving on to slightly bigger stuff. I'm going to stand up to make sure I can get it in frame. So this is the Kelly O'Gorman 2020 calendar. I got it on Etsy. She signed this for me, and I didn't use it as the calendar. I just wanted to use it for the coloring pages, and I've only colored one. I'll show it to you. It's this January one, and it's this one. Turn off the light so that you can see the colors a little bit better. It's not so washed out. And I colored this right when the Mandalorian came out, because I colored this little guy to look like the baby Grogu. And I think it turned out pretty well. I think I used Prismacolor pencils and Distress inks on it. And just to kind of give you an idea of the other images. So maybe I'll do it like this. And I keep it because I think I might want to color in one of these other images. In February. So, and I did the January one. But yeah, this one was really nice to have in my collection. I like the idea that she signed it for me, and her artwork is amazing. All right. I have this one that's called To the Ends of the Earth and Back Again by Good Wives and Warriors. This is a really cool book. They call it one of the longest coloring books in the world. And how it works is you turn it sideways, and we've got this cottage scene in the front, but it folds out like this. As the story progresses, and the background gets darker and darker blue as you go. And I think that's, oh, almost. I think that's the last one. So that's the last page. See how dark the blue went? And it started off white. And I think, yeah, it's single-sided. So if you wanted to color this, you could use markers. And it's good paper. I don't know how well it would take watercolor. That's something you would definitely have to test out. I would like to try to work on a book like this, just like a steady go book that just keeps on going, or like whenever I have like 15-minute downtime, I could just come in and color a small element or two. But I haven't started it. So that one is To the Ends of the Earth. And I don't know if anybody's doing a hashtag for this book. If you are, let me know in the comments, because I might be interested in joining you. I have this one, which is a similar concept, which is called To the Ocean Deep. And this one's by Sarah Yoon. There's also one called To the Moon and Back Again, or something like that. And that one I can't find anywhere. But this one opens up vertically. So we've got your boat, or we've got clouds and a city in the sky. But basically you're going underwater with the boat. And it opens this way, obviously. And the background gets darker as you go farther into the sea, with the submarines and little critters and all sorts of stuff. And that's the end. The treasure belongs to me would be if you finished it. So with these two, it's more than enough work. I don't know if I need the other one, but it's just cool. I have a couple of these books. They're called Querkles Masterpieces. They're by Thomas Kinkade, and they are the circular thing, similar to what I showed you in those Disney circular books. And that's like some tiny circles. I don't know if you can tell, but you can see the different little circles. And do they give you a master key saying who's who? No, these are completely random, so you don't know who you're going to get, but these ones are famous masterpieces. Oh, right there. There's the key. Right there. So there's the different artists that you can get by coloring the circles. And how it works, or how these Querkles books work, is you pick 5 colors ranging from dark to light. It doesn't matter what colors you choose. You just need to make sure your dark is number 1 and so on and so forth. Or if you don't want to do colors, you could do a 1 pen thing and do like solid and see how they've done it so that it makes it less and less. You could do cross hatching as well. I will show you what I've done in my other Querkles book. And there's only 20 images in both of these. This is the Querkles animal book. And again, it has the same kind of deal with the circles. I've done this horse. So I didn't do like all different, or all the same colors. I did different colors. Just tried to make them lighter as I went. And I think it turned out pretty well. It was a little tricky for me to figure out how to do it. So I just did the best I could, and this is how it turned out. You have to let me know if you think it's cool looking or if you think it's whacked because of the really odd color choices. But the animals that are in this book, I don't know if you can still get these or not. So they've got a giraffe, a camel, a horse, an owl, a fox, cobra, duckling, dog, swan, wolf, eagle, rhino, elephant, turtle, orangutan, parrot, red panda, rooster, frog, and a koala. So yeah, that one. All right, I have this big book. My daughter's right behind me. Give me just a second here. All right, guys. The next book here is the Disney Dream Collection's Thomas Kinkade Disney Princess Coloring Book, Ready to Frame Pages. So this is like poster size. If I was to measure this out for you, oh, there's 12. "14 inches wide by 11 inches this way." Just give you an idea how big this baby is. And it opens up like this, and inside you have poster images like this. I'm going to zoom you in so you can see a little closer, even though you don't get to see the whole book. But then you can see how detailed these are. They're gorgeous pictures. I've seen Sarah Renee Clark do one. I've seen a few of these. Jazza did one. ADC Art Attack did one. I think they did this one, I remember. But after you get through the coloring pages, this one I remember I wanted to start, but I didn't. There's the Rapunzel one. You get examples of the images right here. So you can see the different things if you need inspiration. I think if I had the inspiration, I might use it to make sure I know what is what, but I don't think I could replicate this kind of stuff. But yeah, here's all the different ones. So that is the Thomas Kinkade Studios Disney Princess Coloring Book. Or it should be called Poster Book because it's so big. And those Querkles books are about the same size as that one. All right, next book I have, let me zoom us back out. Ooh, hopefully I'm not making you sick. All right, this is the Disney Vitralis or Disney Vitro, the first volume. Mine's the Spanish version, and it's hardback, and it's a big baby. And I think it's stitch bound, if I am correct. I have done a little bit of this just with some Crayola Super Tips, just a quick, quick color, just to kind of get that started for us. They have these type of pages that I don't know if they're really needed, but I think they're just trying to introduce each section. And then you've got your stained glass images. Just to kind of show you. And I've done, I like this Wally one a lot. This one would be a fun one to do for Space Timber. And same with the Buzz one. Do double page. I was feeling adventurous. And then they have some that have the black background. These ones don't seem as intimidating for some reason, but yeah. I've done this one, which is Rapunzel. And her hair's been done with Crayola Super Tips. This is Two Hands glitter marker. I'll give you some light so you can see the glitter. And I did Prismacolor pencils for her skin and her outfit. And that turned out really nice. Oh, my Winnie the Pooh. See how this has kind of come unattached? Because I think, yes, it's string bound, but they have them in signatures. So I think this is a breakaway from one signature to another signature of paper sections. This is one of the very first ones I ever colored, and I used a lot of different mediums with gel pens, and Winnie the Pooh is done in all metallic watercolors. If I could go back, I would redo him. I don't like it now, but this was the very first time I had colored in this book, so I was just throwing caution to the wind and doing whatever worked. And then we go into the villain section. Oh, I keep saying I'm gonna do Hades and I just don't. That's why it's kind of folded down in that area. All right, another one that I've done, the Brother Bear. And there's, on the paw prints is like a sparkle black pen. And on the bears and the background and stuff, I went over, well, I colored with Crayola Super Tips, and then I shaded with Prismacolor pencils. And that seemed to be my go-to. And I like how it turned out because I think that their coloring is good. I think the green in the background probably wasn't the best option because they don't stand away from the green very much. I think if I would have done a light blue or something like that, they would have pulled away from the background more. I've done this one, which is Donald and Daisy. I used a little bit of Inktense on this one on the background. I did use Crayola Super Tips again, and Prismacolors to shade, and I did use twistable crayons for the green here. So some different mediums there. And this one was a buddy color way back when. I can't remember who I buddied with, but yeah, that's how this one turned out. And I think that's all I've done in this book. Yeah, that's all I've done in this one. All right, I have Disney Vitro 2, and this has 100 images just like the last one. And this one, just same style, just different characters or different poses. They're not the same images as the one in the first one. And a lot of new characters because of new releases. That one I started and I never came back to it. I did this with Inktense, and this is Sparkle Pop, and I was going to color it for a prompt for Armchair, but I never finished. But I finished everything like background and that, so it's not like I needed to save my pencils or anything. So going back in here wouldn't be that difficult. That one. There's another Brother Bear, same pose as the one I colored previously, but a different background. So that is tome 2. I have this one, which is called Disney Mandalas. It's a big baby. This one's older. When did they make this one? Really? 2020? I thought it was older than that. So we've got untraditional mandalas because they're all Disney themed. The only thing that I don't like about this book is the mandalas run off the page. And I wish that they didn't. It's kind of nerve-wracking. I mean, they're really pretty. And I like a good Disney thing, and I don't mind coloring mandalas, so it's just kind of a bummer that you have to either color in the ditch or you're missing stuff out. If they just would have scaled it down just a little bit, they would have been able to fit the whole thing in there. Miguel. And if you didn't want to color all the stuff that's all around here, you could color the center stuff and just do a distress around that part. And so your main focus is just on the main image if you wanted. It's a big book. Yeah, gives you an idea of what's in this one, which is Disney Mandalas. I think that one is going to be tough for me to dive into. If you have that book and want to do a buddy color, maybe that will encourage me to dive into it. I have Disney Chateau, and this one has 90 in it, and this one's really cool. It's all inside castles, and the spine is very fancy. It's shiny. It's like gold. A very good high quality book. That's in the Beast Castle. That's in that girl's room from Princess and the Frog can't remember, Lottie or something, what her name is. This is from the Beast Castle as well. Oh, there's an Alice in Wonderland one. How come I don't know? Oh, that's probably Maximus from Rapunzel. There's the fairies. These seem a little daunting to me. I mean, coloring the characters is one thing, but then coloring all the background, this seems like a lot. They're gorgeous though. Maybe this would be one of those books that, bless me guys, that I like color the characters and do a slight colored background, but don't do the whole page, because yeah, like if I colored her and created a glow in the background with the fireplace and just kind of made it dark right here, that might be better than trying to color all those books. I don't know, but it does seem like a pretty large task. And then the last one that I have, that's the big boy, is Disney Gallery Day Portraits. And this one is very cool because it has all the Disney characters pretty much in portrait style, hardbound, of course, and they're all framed as well. Sorry for the ones that are sideways. I'm just not going to turn the book because then I'll be out of frame. Like those. Ariel. Who is this guy? I have no idea. I like the idea that they all have frames. Look at the Wally one. Megara. There's Raya and Maui. All right, so that is it, guys. This is all in my large coloring books, I guess I should say. I have completed showing you all the coloring books that I store in the bookshelves in my family room, and now I have a couple like smaller shelves in my bedroom that hold the hardback, like Clara Markova, Hannah Carlson, things like that, and some Asian books as well. And I have stragglers around, of course, to share it with you. And then I haven't shown my Christmas or Halloween books yet. And those ones are in a tote because I don't color those unless I'm in season. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And like I said, if you want to order any Disney books, I highly suggest you go to Lyrica's website and check them out and see if there's anything that you like. And yeah, they have other things besides Disney, but they have some pretty unique finds, and usually they have really nice paper. So have a fabulous day, and thank you for watching, friends. Bye.